Have you ever taken a risk in life, or saw a risk you could have taken but didn't? In my life, there has been many things I value, but mostly I value what I learned through risk, and that is hard work, dedication, and loyalty. Today I will discuss how my life was before risk and how it has made a huge impact on my life, and lastly, I will share my visual. I will begin by explaining my life before risk. It all started from when I was in middle school. At that young age, I wanted my own money and to be seen, as I didn't grow up with any type of money from where I was in Washington. Even though my parents were working and trying, but things were very unorganized in my house. And with that in mind, I started getting in trouble, even making the people around me get in trouble. At that age of 11 or 13 years old, I started getting suspended from school. It didn't get better until high school, where my dad took his life and left me and my family devastated, which was 8 of us. This is where I thought of doing something I'm not comfortable with. As the second oldest in the family, I needed to do something that was to take on an education, as no one had one but high school and lower in my family. My mom and siblings went to California, as that's where all my family was, and I stayed back to finish the rest of school. While staying in Washington, I learned that the closest one stayed around during that time, as I began to have no money or nothing cool, which showed me loyalty. As time went on, I began to start the rest of high school in California, as I was starting not knowing anyone, which was new to me. After the first couple weeks, I had ditched, and while I did that, I just knew I couldn't fall back to my comfort zone. This is what showed me dedication. Doing something for the betterment of myself, something that needs me to take risks. Continuing this, I started to pay attention and finding classmates to compete with the schoolwork. Taking this risk has made me into who I am today and what I think I could do now. When I was a kid, I always kept my friend group small. You can say I like peace. But with being in trouble for years, with this in mind, I made a second family. In high school, I found a friend that would be my brother, not literally. Throughout the years, we never lost touch, and I'm actually going to move in with him, as it's easier to get jobs in that part of Washington. So we still keep in touch, and we could always go hang out when we could. This friend has taught me about loyalty and staying true. He has been some of the most loyal person in my life. Finally, I will share my visual. As I take risks, I am still learning on the risk I take. This is a perfect attendance award. This is for the first year of high school in California. As I don't know where my other awards are, this reward represents more than just risk. It represents the dedication and effort that I put into myself to change and what I was comfortable with. I hope today you learn more about me and my values. Through my experiences, I have learned hard work, dedication, and loyalty. These are my values, and I will hold them close for the rest of my life. Thank you for your time.